Hi! Hello everyone! It's Katie.
And I'm Jess.
And we're from the Scrappy Sisters. And we are doing a maybe never before done video where we're both face to face in the same one.
Actually, I don't think it has been done.
I don't think so. And we are going to do the Scrappy Tag 2017 that has been doing the rounds. I believe it was created by Lisa from Pink Glitter Scrapper, so I'll leave a link to her original video down below. And I have the questions, and I want to apologise in advance because I have 2 dogs and a cat in this room and I don't know what's going to happen. So we're just going to go through the questions. They'll flash up on the screen and we will answer them and try not to be too long because we can talk a lot, and before you know it, it will probably be an hour. There's 15 questions, I think. I'm looking down because I've got them written here. Yes, 15. So, question 1. What is one scrapbook item you don't own that surprises you?
I had an answer and I've forgotten.
Well, I'll go. Mine is actually really basic. It's not even that exciting, but mine's like a large scrap mat. You know those, rubber scrap mats? I don't have one that's very big, and it actually annoys me every time I use it, but I've never bought another one. So there you go.
Mine is gesso. I pretty much mentioned gesso in every single YouTube video. I don't have gesso, but I'm just using texture paste, which doesn't even kind of do the same job. So I'm surprised that I've never got off my butt and gone and bought gesso. It's not even that expensive.
No,
but
it's not.
Yeah.
Okay, question 2 is, if you were designing your own line, what 3 elements would be required?
Mine would be boys things. There are some really awesome boys things coming out, or already out recently though, which is really cool. But up until the sort of newer ones, there hasn't been anything for a little while. Glitter, shiny, things that have like the gold or the silver elements I really love. And tossing up between, I know I've got 2 more though. I'm tossing up between.
No, you only have 3 things.
Okay, fine. Stickers that are like, have puffiness to them, not just completely flat things. Done.
Cool. Mine is ephemera, obviously, but small ephemera specifically. I don't love it when you get giant pieces of ephemera and I have no idea what to do with them.
Ditto.
Stickers, because they're probably one of my favourite things. And tiny words.
Yeah, good one.
They'd be my 3. Okay. Question number 3. What one item is a must for you to finish a layout?
Enamel dots.
Mine's mist. Like sprinkled mist.
Yeah.
I don't do it on every layout, but I feel weird if I don't do it.
Yeah, I pretty much do that on every layout too. And tiny words.
Yeah, I come in and out of tiny words, but definitely mist. So, most used social media influence except for YouTube?
Pinterest.
Yeah, me too. Pinterest.
And not as much, but definitely like the Facebook groups and forums and stuff as well. Yep. But I do tend to get 99.9% of my stuff from Pinterest.
I love seeing what other people are doing on the Facebook groups and being able to interact.
Yeah.
But often when I'm just sitting at my scrap desk, I'm like, oh, I just need some inspiration. I'll scroll Pinterest.
Yeah.
So, number 5. Who is your dream collaborator?
Probably Missy Whidden would be mine.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
She's awesome.
I have a few, because I can't have one. I like Arit Landgraf, I think that's how you say her surname. And I like Missy Whidden because they both do a lot of mixed media stuff. I don't do much mixed media stuff, but I really like watching it, if that makes sense. I love Amy Gretchen's Project Life videos, and I think what I love most about them is her voiceovers. She just has a really nice voice. That sounds creepy. It's not creepy. I think it's got to do with her accent and the way that she does her voiceovers. She's really clear, and that's what I really like about it. And I like Tanya Hubbard because I think she's really funny.
Okay, question 6. So, question number 6. If money was no object, what would your first scrappy purchase be?
That's a good question. I think, well, multiple items. If I could pick something that's not really scrapbook related but is for my scrapbooking, I would probably say a better like filming setup for YouTube. So lights or a proper camera. Even though I use my phone and my phone's great, sometimes a proper camera that would actually also let me take really good photos, because I'm not very good at photographing my layouts. If I had to pick something scrapbook related and money was absolutely no object, I would probably say an electronic die cutting machine like a Silhouette. I don't actually feel like I need one, and I don't feel like I'm missing out by not having it. But, you know, if I had an endless supply of money, then I'd
Why
buy one.
not? Yes, I would also get one of those, and I would also get. In Australia, we don't have print at home computers that will print 12 by 12 size. In fact, we barely have printers that will print bigger than just a normal 4 by 6 size photos that don't cost a ridiculous amount to have at home. So I would do that, and then if I'm going to do that, I'd get a never-ending supply of ink and paper cartridges.
That's true. Good answer.
7. What do you have the most of in your stash? We have the same answer.
Yeah. Pattern paper.
Pattern paper. Tons and tons and tons of pattern paper.
I think it's just one of those things you collect over time. And even though I would say I haven't been scrapbooking for that long, Jess has been for quite a while. She's always been into craft even when she was really young. And I was too, but not as much. And, you know, many years ago the scrapbooking paper was really thin. We've got a lot of that. So now I mainly use it for envelopes, actually, for my cards, which is awesome. Hot tip. It's great for envelopes. Amazing.
Because, I've been scrapbooking for many, many, many years and started off with using that thin paper. And I think also our problem now is we love to do our 12 by 12s and even Katie's 8 by 12s.
9 by 12.
9 by 12s on white paper.
Yeah.
So we're not using as much patterned paper because you don't use a whole piece at a time. We cut bits out, so hence also. Favourite item in your stash?
Oh, well, mine is thickers. I love thickers.
I love stickers too.
Yeah.
You can tell the difference as well when you just get normal word stickers or letter stickers. They're just not as good. Mine would probably be enamel dots.
Oh, yeah. I like enamel
Good
dots,
ones,
but
though.
thickers for me, definitely.
Most used item in your stash?
That's a hard one for me. I mean, the obvious is adhesive. Like, you know, you can't make a layout without adhesive. But I feel like
That's cheating.
Yeah, I feel like that's a bit cheating. So I would, again, pattern paper because I use it on every layout. And mists because I almost use that on every layout too.
See, and I would be the same with mists. I've definitely put some Heidi Shine on pretty much every layout. Enamel dots pretty much on every layout. But I also use like thickers and some form of alphabet-y title that comes from my in my craft room. I've got a whole drawer of not just thickers but all title stuff. So yeah, something title-y.
Nice.
10. Where do you do your crafting?
I'm lucky enough that I have an office. We've got a big house with lots of rooms.
Do you have a tour?
No. Yeah, I have a craft room tour. It's a bit old now and I've changed things around a bit, but I'll try and remember to link it down below. But I do have my own office, so I'm really lucky. And yeah, I fit in there. It's only a very small space, but it's still it's more than enough room for what I need. So, and it's good actually because it makes me mindful of what I'm buying. So I try
space for it.
Yeah, exactly. So unless I have somewhere for it to go, I try not to purchase it. Yeah.
I also have an office, sort of. It's not an office. I never ever work in there. It's used for crafting. So I have a craft room, but it's not a room. It's a walkthrough. So it sort of gives you access to the back end of the house. So I have to be really mindful of keeping it relatively clean, which doesn't always happen. I don't have a craft room tour, but I'll maybe think about doing one when it's organised. Which is never. The sort of the general tidying part is always clean enough, but it's the desk itself gets dumped on a lot. Right now, I'm currently working on 3 different scrapbooking albums at the same time, and I printed 225 photos yesterday to get those up to date. So to have all 3 albums and all 225 photos out at the same time, I could not fit in my crafting space. So I'm also on the kitchen table. So, you know, I take up every room, any room, wherever I like. My husband loves it.
I can imagine.
He's a neat freak. He really hates it. A layout or project you have been procrastinating on?
Mine's easy. Mine's December Daily 2016. I've basically finished my 2016 album except for like the last, maybe 8 days or something of December, and I just got stuck into 2017 and haven't gone back. And I really need to because, you know, we're in July and I'm going to forget what happened. So that's mine.
Mine is pretty much every album. as I just said, I've got 3 on the go. So I'm up to, I've got to do August, September, October, November and December for 2016. They've been printed and they've been put into their Project Life pockets. That is my first Project Life album, so it's very minimal embellishing. It's not overly jazzy, so it should be quick and easy to do. But I don't enjoy it as much to keep it the same. I don't enjoy it as much because I don't do as much sort of scrapping with it. My son's album, I had finished yesterday. I finished it yesterday. Yay! Except it only went until December, which is the first 10 months of his life. And then I stopped and was doing the rest of it just in my normal 2017 album, and then realised that's weird. Why do I have my son's album that only goes for 10 months? So I decided I need to... Hello, cat. I needed to do the next 2 months of his life, and so now I've got 2 more months to go. I'm kind of over that album. I love my son, but I'm also repetitively scrapping now because I put January and February in my 2017 Project Life scrapbook album, and now I'm doing them again in his album.
But I like to scrap some of Jess's layouts, as you've seen on our channel, because I don't actually... I do take a lot of photos, but I don't have that much stuff to take photos of when you don't have a child and you don't have much of a life. You don't
and your
really
partner
do
won't
much.
let you put pictures of him on YouTube.
Yeah, my partner doesn't love to be on YouTube. He's warming up to it actually, which is exciting. So maybe we'll see an appearance of him in some photos.
Don't make a big deal about it.
No, don't mention the war. And so we will... I hope people watch Fawlty Towers or they won't understand
Actually
that
got
reference
that,
whatsoever. But basically, yeah, you know, we'll get there and I help her out.
Yes, and I would never, like, I'd be so far behind if Katie didn't do some.
It's good for me though, because it means I've got heaps of photos to scrap whenever I want to. I don't have to think, oh, I'll scrap this photo just because I want to scrap something. And I don't like to put too many 12x12 or 9x12 layouts into my albums because they do take up a lot of space, and I do like to only have 2 albums, you know, for a year. And so I try then to go, oh, I'm only scrapping this photo because I really want to do a 9x12 layout, and you know, this is the best photo I've got. But sometimes I can go to Jess, have you got any photos for me? And she'll send me a whole heap and I'll go, great.
And also, she loves her nephew, but there's only so many pictures of your nephew that you really need in an album. Like,
that's very true.
Me having 55 million totally makes sense. Katie, not so much.
No, not so much.
Oh, last few. Do you put your layout straight away into an album, or do you put them in a pile?
I do kind of both. What happens for me is I often scrap like a few layouts at a time, if that makes sense. Like I rarely just go up and scrap one layout and then I'm done. Like often I'm sitting there for a session. I can be pretty fast with my scrapping sometimes, and I can get like a few layouts done in, you know, a couple of hours. And so often if I'm doing that, they just go into a pile, and then I try every, you know, so often to go, oh, that pile's got, you know, 4 or 5 layouts in it. I need to put them into the album now. So they don't tend to stay in a pile for long, but they do go into a pile first.
I am not. I put them straight away. Oh, as soon as they're dry. Obviously, I need to get the Heidi Shine to dry and stuff. But I kind of am a very organised and need to tick things off a list kind of a person. And so I don't feel that the layout is finished until it's been put away. Until I can, like, I feel a bit of an accomplishment by actually putting it into the album and being like, yes, now I can turn that page and I've only got this much more to go until I'm up to date.
And I think it also, for me, it helps to see how fat my album's getting. So, you know, if I don't put them away, I forget what layouts are going in there, or, you know, how much space I have to work with.
I'm so desperate to fit my 2017 album into only 2 albums.
Me too.
Struggle Street.
Me too.
I noticed, so I lied before when I said 2016 was my first Project Life year. It's actually my second, but they're both in one album together. So 2015 and 2016 are in one album together, and there's like heaps of room. It's like this bad. 2017, the first 6 months, is like bursting out of it.
All of a sudden you get a child and there's all these photos to take.
No, and embellishing it gets fat. You've got to be so careful. I love stickers, but they're thick.
Yeah, they are.
Do you want to do the next one?
Sure. So number 13 kind of, well, for me, relates a little bit to one of the early questions in that, who's your Scrappy Crush? Say that a few times. That's a bit of a tongue twister. Your Scrappy Crush. Who would make you excited if they liked or commented on a project?
I have a couple. Look, to be honest, I'm like a, you know, celebrity Crush person concept, which I know that's the question, but as in anyone that has like a bazillion followers is gonna make me pretty damn excited. Like, oh my god, did you see people like, you know, Paige Evans and even Adele and Missy Whitten and Tori Bizzle? Like, I'd just be pretty excited if those kind of people that have their own Facebook groups and are, you know, famous in their own right would make me pretty damn excited.
That's true. And mine's a bit the same, all the sort of people I talked about earlier. But for me, I just think any comment on our videos or Instagram or whatever makes me excited. And I think, you know, for people to take the time to actually comment is really exciting. And I go, oh, we've got comments on our video. And, you know, I love replying and seeing who's interacting. So I'm just excited if anyone does.
Love it the most too. Definitely that. But we've got a couple of people that really touch my heart because they comment on every single video.
True.
And I just, every time they write their next comment on the latest video that's come out, I'm like, I just love you guys the most because it shows us that you're watching us and you actually want us to be giving you videos and making you videos. And so that, I just think that's better than anyone else because we really just appreciate that we've got people that want to tune in and see what we are doing every week.
Absolutely. We've only got 2 questions to go. So, favourite places to shop?
Australia sucks. I went to Spotlight today to buy 12 by 12 pocket page protectors. None.
Really?
Zip nada.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah.
So that is the quality of the amazing Spotlight where I live. She is a nice person. I wouldn't say it's my favourite place to shop, but places possible to shop is probably a better question. That's actually a genuine store.
Brick and mortar store.
Yeah. Kaiser Craft, though 99% of those are closing down in Australia also. There, to me, I know that there are a few. You've got a small local scrapbook. You've got a small local scrapbook shop.
Yes, I do. Yes.
I do not.
And it's really good for the basic stuff. It's really good for the basic stuff, but it is a very traditional scrapbook store with quite a lot of that kind of vintagey look stuff.
Yeah, maybe mascara.
I'm not really into that. So it does stock a lot of Kaiser Craft. So if I want any new Kaiser Craft stuff, I can definitely go there. And like adhesive and all that basic stuff it has. But for me too, I don't shop much at all because I get the Kidaholic Kits monthly scrapbook. So does Jess.
Yep.
And so it kind of has everything that I need and it gives me my fix once a month. I will occasionally buy extra things from Kidaholic Kits and that's probably really the main kind of online shop that I use as well. I really like Steph. She gets in anything that I want. So I get my albums and all that, page protectors and everything.
I'm the same. I get the Kidaholics kit and because it's got such, you know, anyone that buys any type of kit, you get such a range that I feel like in a month's worth of stuff, I've got enough there.
Yeah.
There's a couple of other online stores that I've used, like Crafty Pleasures. I've used her before.
Yeah,
she was great, really
she's
prompt.
good.
And I've also just found one, Stuff for Craft, I think it's called. Stuff with the number 4 craft. I just got some Tim Holtz word phrases, tiny word stickers from them.
She thought she lost them and then she found them in a scrap.
But I'd already
so now
bought
she has
more.
extras.
Whoops, my bad. I looked everywhere, I swear. And they're really quick delivery, cheap price. Not a local Australian company at all, but I didn't know how that would go. And I know that they were a lot cheaper. So sometimes...
And they're a bit older now and often
in
Australia...
it's hard to get them. I did look... I looked on eBay as well for Australian sellers on eBay. It was really hard to get them under like $15, $20, which they're not... I'm sorry, but they're not worth that much.
I think in Australia, it's just... Because we're so far from anyone, it's really hard to get any new American products over here. So yeah, American crafts or anything like that, it's really difficult.
And when you can get them, they're so expensive.
Yeah,
like to get things shipped over, it's just so expensive. The Reject Shop is really stepping up
They are.
in their products. They're getting really awesome, actually, and they're a good price, so that's really nice. You'll notice anyone that follows any sort of the Facebook groups that have Aussie girls in them, they get very excited when the Reject Shop gets out a new line.
Which I think there's one coming soon.
I was going to say, it's not that often, but that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, almost done.
There's only one more question to go, and what would be your dream job in the industry?
Ooh, that's tough. It would be pretty amazing to get stuff for free. So
that would be
something
cool.
that involves using of, I think you said that,
Yeah, I
using
did, yeah.
of testing, you know, people not necessarily paying me to use scrapbook stuff, but giving me the item, so
Yeah.
it's sort of the same thing.
Like maybe a reviewer, you
that
know.
would be cool.
So you could review products, give feedback, use them, you know. I don't see myself, I don't want to design products. That's not really my thing. I don't think I'd be particularly good at it.
I don't think I have enough craftiness. Like,
No.
I'm not creative enough. I
Me
can't
neither.
draw, I can't
No,
paint, I
me
can't.
neither.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I actually don't want to scrap full time.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm not sure that I would enjoy if scrapbooking became a job. If that makes sense. So
if you had to scrapbook.
yeah, but you know, if you got to review product or test out new product or the first people to see product, a bit like I guess some design teams do.
Yeah.
But you know, that would be me.
It'd be
That'd be
pretty
my dream
awesome, yeah, to get on a design team where you only have to do, you know, 4 or 5 or 6 layouts. So you're not a month, I mean, so it's not like a hideous amount that just becomes a drag. And yeah, they're giving you the things that they want you to use. Try these different products out. Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Well, that's the end. That's all. I don't think we're particularly wanting to tag anyone. We just wanted to jump on board and do the Scrappy tag. No one tagged us, which is totally fine. But we just thought, oh, this is pretty cool. We want to get involved. We've loved here, you know, finding out new things about
Thought
people.
you guys
so-
might want to find out a bit more about us, see us. I'm not on this side of the camera very often. Katie does her roulette. I failed miserably at the 1 month
She
I
did.
attempted to do
She
that.
didn't like it.
I can't even keep up to date with my scrapbooking kits, let alone a
Fair
roulette
enough. Yeah,
kit.
yeah, that's
So
fair enough.
anyway, we just want to say hi.
Yeah, this is a long video, 20 minutes. We'll see if we
Sorry.
can edit it down a bit for you. Cut out all the laughing in the middle.
No, that was funny.
All right, guys. Well,
feel-
hopefully.
Before we leave,
Oh yes.
we are in this amazing spare room of Katie's, as you
Yes.
can see. But I just think,
Oh, hang on a minute. She's gonna turn you around.
look at these curtains.
Oh, they're too hard to see. They're
Hang
not
on,
closed.
hang on.
Oh. Mr. Man.
But like, this is adult.
Vintage Mr. Men.
Adult spare room.
Yes. It's true.
Kid curtains.
Well, there's only 2 of us who live in this house currently, so we might one day have more people in the house who are small and childlike. And
I think
might
you've got a
enjoy-
childlike person
That's
already.
true. They were my partners when he was a baby, so
All right, we're going
we've
now.
hung on up.
I just
But
feel I
yes.
needed to share that gem.
Yes,
with you.
Thanks.